We've just got the Pilly Panther here. We're going to ask him some quick questions. What are you excited for tonight, sir?
Oh, hey, how's it going? Good night.
What are you excited for tonight?
Look, I'm just here for a good time. The awards, the nominees have already been set, and I'm just, I'm fired up. I've got my beautiful Belgian baby here with me, and we're gonna have a great night together. Hey, yeah. Mr. Caleb, what's your outfit's outstanding tonight? What is the inspiration behind your outfit tonight?
I thought about for a long time. Thought about like mixed cultures and cultures being mixed, and mixed cultures together to produce mixed culture. We now have the newest member of the Steppies, Weg, on his first year at the Steppies. Are you excited?
Look, to be honest, it's good to be here. Don't get me wrong, but look, I've put a lot of plans on the back burner to be here tonight, and I would rather just be like at the pub.
You are said to be the superstar, the new rock star of the Steppies, getting fans up and about. How do you address that hype?
Look, I don't want to overstate it too much, but I think rumours generally are pretty truthful, aren't they?
Thanks so much for your time. So, Pilly Panther, there's been rumours that next year you're going to split What You Like again and jump ship, just like you did jumping off the juice wagon. What do you think about that?
It's very rude. I just came to a realisation last year that juice and lactose is not for me, and you know what? Everyone else can jog on. I'm staying who I am. I'm the Pilly Panther, man.
Great to hear, great to hear. We do love the Pilly Panther.
Great. Well, you fucking should, to be honest. Hey? Cheers. Your shoes seem to be recycled from last year's Steppies Awards. You want to make a comment on that tonight?
I took inspiration from Topher in reusing things from another place and another time, and my place and time is Adidas. Weg, who have you brought as your date along tonight?
Oh, look, got a bit of a spicy little number here. You probably haven't heard of her, but she's come all the way from Chicago to be here tonight. You probably couldn't afford her, but hey, it's fine.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you for stopping to chat to us, Weg. Well, welcome to the third Annual Steppies Award, the awards Brewers crave, the accolades fans respect, and the decisions that are arguably the best. 2020, dog of a year by all standards, but amongst the desolate landscape, some Brewers rose up. Sure, there was hiccups along the way. Dayton didn't really learn their lesson. Range experimented with lighting, and we learnt that polyphenols are just a nice hop spice. The battle of the new and old money reared its collective neckbeard forward in a writhing mess of online banter, trash talk and conjecture. But amongst all this, heroes rose. Perhaps not the heroes we deserve, but the heroes we needed. This year, the third Annual Steppies Award, as presented by our Patreon and brought to you by Preachers Hobart, were lovingly curated, collected, traded for across message boards by a national panel of the biggest and best from hospitality and the beer community. Your friends and colleagues and the people you buy beer from.
Good, Weg, good.
They joined us in debating and arguing over arguably the best in the goddamn motherfucking country. So join us now as we discuss the final decisions, debate the outcomes, and crown the Steppies for 2020.
Jeez, that was a mouthful, wasn't it, guys?
Can't wait to get a mouthful.
Wow, a lot of swiveling in, like nervous swiveling of your chair.
I know what that was
energy.
about.
I have energy. I have energy much like this beautiful
soft
little...
pippi.
Get your hand off my penis!
I mean, bottle. Yeah, wow.
How are we tonight?
I
have
feel
the
great.
Pilly Panther himself.
It's nice to be back in the stewed, the new and improved, slightly tweaked studio.
New banner.
New banner.
There's some new little things on the banner.
Weg is over
That's
there.
the only thing that's worth mentioning, really.
There's Chonky Donkeys. We've also got Pilly Panther. He's rebranded himself now.
Of course.
Boys, you're looking amazing tonight.
Dapper.
Back at you, Daddy.
Yeah, I think you're best on, to be quite honest.
But it's important to remember one thing. You're wrong.
I was pretty
I
mind
take
blown
offence to that, to be honest.
by what you have brought to the table, and I feel underdressed, quite literally. And
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well,
very impressive.
Well, I have seen you gentlemen on the red carpet. Is it the brown carpet or is it?
It's not the brown carpet
The pink
anymore.
carpet?
Oh, whatever carpet, multicoloured retro carpet.
I have seen you gentlemen on the neon carpet with your beers.
My beautiful.
We might need to talk about whatever the fuck you've got over there later, because that is very, very naughty.
I'm impressed.
You've brought some beautiful Three Fontainen.
She's
that how you say it?
she's a beautiful golden girl. And
It's just a goozy boy, though.
can't wait to.
Just a goozy boy, though.
You know, she's not the most impressive girl at the party, but you know, she definitely
I'm
still
excited
turns
to try it.
heads
I'm excited
with
to
the
try
boys on a good night out. That's
Yeah.
let me put it that way.
I'm
So,
excited to try it.
Lovely, lovely. Well, I have left this one blind because this is one of about 4 bottles in Australia. And I just wanted to...
Whoa, we are kicking off.
Yeah, well, I saw Weg's little flexi boy over there, and I very much thought I should bring some heat. So I contacted one of the best brewers in Oz, best up-and-comers, and just said, you gotta hook the steppies up, and hook up he doth.
I'm going to be so disappointed in you if this is Eager Beak or something shit like that.
Sick burn.
It's begun.
Wow, he's gone at Sammy real early. I love that energy from you. No, so gentlemen, we're excited. This is Weg's first steppy.
This is your first steppies. How do you feel? Have you listened to previous steppies before?
No, I haven't.
Ugh.
Not really interested in doing that.
Fair enough.
It's fair to say that the lineup for this Steppies Awards is probably the best lineup the Steppies has ever had. So,
Arguably. No, definitely. We've definitely gone at a different way as well this year. Included the people.
We
some
have.
very good beer community people. So it's not just our big-headed opinions. It's definitely more of a discussion and a debate with
It is indeed. It is indeed.
a lot of panelists from around Australia, which you would have heard on the last episode, audio only. We do apologise, but there were so many people we had to get in for that to discuss. And you did a great job, Clint. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank
I
you
was-
for handling Tassie for me.
That's okay. I was a bit unwell and under the weather when all those recordings were happening, so I do apologise. But handled it very, very well. What is going on here? Are you going to share? Oh, that smells fantastic.
Have a go at that little wild boy.
What do you say? We conduct a series of tests to determine the extent of his sophistication.
oh, geez, that is a tasty little morsel, isn't
It's
it?
a tasty little morsel, that is.
That is a sweet treat.
A little sherbety boy.
Go on then, spill the
It
beans.
was. Well, it'll come later. It was. There's a few of these special bottles, to be honest, from 2 different brewers, so I'm pretty fucking up and about. It was a really interesting process, and if you had have asked me 3 weeks ago would I do it again, I would probably say yes with Victoria, because with all due respect, that was mainly our good friend, just a girl in her beers, Emily, who took charge down in Vic and up in Vic for us, and really just drove that panel to decision making. Absolute legend, official friend of the show, as we know. She made the process very easy to organise. Some states were a lot harder, which put a lot of pressure on the remaining panelists.
Yep.
But having just done the Nationals chat over this last week,
Yeah, it's been good.
we've got to do that again.
Yes, it was great. Great to be involved. And I sort of just took a back seat and just let people talk. And because it's like, well, my opinion's kind of a little bit invalid here. Let's just let people go at it and have a chat.
Exactly.
Obviously, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in at the end, but apart from that, it has been a great week of just reading everyone's thoughts, and it hasn't been as easy to decide on a couple of couple of awards.
I thought some of them were so simple, and they just went down to the wire.
Yeah.
Particularly, yeah, we'll get to it. But so for the background for people, we've had a panel of approximately about 25 in the end, from around the country, all state-based, doing their state nominations and coming up with state winners.
No Brewers.
No Brewers allowed. So industry folk, we had Jack from Mr. West, who will be on everyone's mind at the moment with the other half release. We had the Carwin guys. We had Guy Southern from Crafty Pint. We had Dorian, also Crafty Pint. We had other guys like Declan from Saccharomyces, Nick from Tippler's Tap, good homie of the show. And then a whole bunch of beautiful beer community members who have opinions and wanted to get them out. And we just let them go hammer and tongs, make their own decisions on these awards. And then at the end, we got all of them together in one giant group chat and let them go at it for a week.
Yep. And it got raw. It was good. It's great.
There was blood spilled.
There was blood
But
spilled.
I mean, no one died. There was a few limbs lost.
Mainly you telling Doz to jog on.
Jog on.
Well, was I wrong?
It was pretty funny. Should we hear about the dates from you guys tonight? Maybe we'll start with you, and then Weg can tell his. I think he might have a story behind that.
Well, I'll just go grab it and
Go on then.
get her back.
Little bit
She's
of-
probably
Yeah.
hanging out with the other girls.
In the fridge that,
And I might just put this little Weg treat on the table because I have not seen one of these before. Hopefully the camera can pick that up.
Yeah, can you... I'm shocked about this. That is impressive. I don't know how you've gone and done this. Do you want to tell your story? Because I'm
Maybe keep the names redacted, but
I'm impressed on how you've sourced such
so
hard to find
well,
beer.
for the people listening at home, what have you got?
I know
So
that we've got
a
connections,
little,
but not you,
a
mate.
little Goose Island, Bourbon County. Elijah Craig, 2018, aged in stout, obviously, Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've never had a bourbon county before, have you?
No, I haven't.
And that's your first one.
Aged in bourbon barrels, obviously.
From Elijah Craig.
Should be pretty nice, right?
Should be.
Yeah, but as the story goes, it was very intense. The whole process, really. I just sent a message to somebody, and
official friend of the show.
yeah, maybe not. You never know.
I think I might know.
If you have much to do with Australian Facebook beer groups, you probably know who it is, but we'll leave it as a question mark. Don't want to pump his ego too much, but he did a pretty good job. I just put the feelers out, said I need something that's going to impress the boys, and this person said, aha, I have just the thing. And then
Damn right.
he
did
did proceed to tell me about how there's only like 4 of these in the country, and he was getting 2 of them, and then he was going to give me 1. So like,
You've done
he's
very well.
he's either very, very kind or very, very dumb. So
A little bit of backstory with Bourbon County in Australia. They had a bit of a run between 2017 to 2020.
Yep.
And they didn't come last year, so we didn't get 2020.
They
was
were
for 3 years.
only bringing in the base beer though,
And
never
it was
the variants.
It was the base standard Bourbon County, so no variants come to Australia, and all the variants are US based only. So the fact that you've managed to snag this and it's sitting on our table,
it wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
tipped
Oh, here we go. Clem's got a shitty
cowboy
bottle.
hat to you there, sir. Very impressive.
I mean, it wasn't without drama. It went missing. I think someone that works for Australia Post saw it and went, "Oh fuck, I'll have me one of them."
Because this is ripped, yeah.
It is,
little
and
bit banged
the
up.
story is that it got posted, express post, mind you, and then it got sent to the wrong state. Well, initially it said labelling issue, and then it just, delayed.
Right.
And then, so it was sitting around for about a week. I sent them an email or two, asking what the fuck was going on. And I got
He was gonna say
there
that.
was a labelling fault. A labelling error.
Poor Oz Post.
Fuckwits. So it ended,
Teed off.
so it ended up in New South Wales rather than Tasmania. And then it was sitting in New South Wales for probably 3 or 4 days. And I sent them another email. I was like, guys, how hard is it? Like, you've got planes coming to Tassie every day.
Oz Post.
Where's this beer? And then, right, the tracking hadn't updated. And then my fiance sends...
Yes, congratulations.
Thanks.
He hasn't been on the show.
What has happened?
I get a photo while I'm at work, and the have fucking ripped the box open.
There's a beep I'm adding in later.
Oh, wow. He's real angry.
They'd ripped the box open,
Yeah.
and not only had they just gone and had a bit of a squeeze inside, they've actually, pretty... Like, it's a pretty collectible
mold-
box, and they've
mold
just
it.
completely fucked it, and it's really not on. And I sent them an email and said that it was shit.
Strongly worded.
Said,
letter.
why is it looking like this? And he goes, oh, maybe you should contact the sender. I was like,
I reckon.
not even worth my
I reckon
time.
said person who I might think this might be would definitely
Mate,
do that to the box.
all of our messages, I'll have to show you the messages that person and I shared during that period of time. It was just lots of expletives in capitals. So I was relatively calm compared to him. So
Well, context, that is a Goose Island 2018 standard that I have been saving for a special occasion. So
Yeah, because
Thank
it was
you.
that good.
thank you for making that beer meaningless.
Yeah, you've
done
absolutely
well.
Welcome.
outdone yourself, and
Elijah Craig, you're a big fan of the old Elijah Craig bourbon.
I love Elijah.
is this the kind of beer that people chug?
Please, no.
Some
It's,
people,
it's basically Guinness, isn't
some
it?
people like to chug bourbon
You
barrel aged
still,
stouts.
you
but,
still need to chug a Guinness, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah, little pig.
I wouldn't chug this personally. That
We'll
is
very much open that, though.
something real special.
That's something to savour. Maybe maybe Brewery of the Year, we open that.
Can someone chuck it in the fridge so chill it a bit?
Can give
Do
it.
you reckon?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
It's a good drinking
drink it at
temperature,
room
temp.
probably.
Yeah, it's Tassie weather.
Well, like I had Anchorage last year. Thought I was a bit flexy, so I've just dialed it back, and I regret everything
to
now.
hold it back.
This is my beautiful date tonight. She's Belgium. She's
She
the
is
people-
Belgium,
the
like the
people.
country, or
Belgian, from Belgium.
Belgiumese.
Belgiumness.
How's that
She's got some real
pronounced in
Belgian
Belgianese?
vibes. Hey, leave me alone. I'm a bit mic rusty. We've been away for a while. Okay?
I like that you've figured out how to wear your Stetson on air by not wearing your headphones
I
at
can
all.
hear them through the table. It echoes. Now, this is just a standard goozy. One
Standard
of my
Goozy
classic
boy.
lines of Days of Late.
Triggered
No,
everyone.
this is the Gold Blend 1819, I believe. It's I've heard many good things about this beer, and it's quite a little special treat.
was that brewed 200 years ago?
No,
18, 19. Yeah.
it's served by the cook up the top there. Lot of stuff written in Belgian on
Don't they
the
speak
bottle.
French? Do they speak French?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's French.
Oui, oui.
Baguettes, baguettes, baguettes.
Baguette. And all I know is it goes off in 2039. So we're just going to let that settle for a while.
We'll just make sure we drink that at some stage.
But
That'll
yeah,
be
I didn't.
delightful.
I love Threy Fontaine,
I know how you
and
say it.
I don't know who knows. really.
Fontaine.
And yeah, I've got nothing really else to say. I'm just a little bit shocked by that. So,
I like the energy.
but yeah, supposedly a really good goose.
Well, while we're talking about beers before we get into the actual
Where's
show,
your date?
well, we're drinking my first date, which is delightful. But if you'd like to open up this extra date, she's just coming along to the Steppies party because she's already a Steppies beer. So if you'd like to reach to that front bottle there, I believe that's the one, middle shelf. It's got a handwritten label.
This one here.
Yeah, I believe it's that one, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you've moved things around. Yeah,
The
that's the
man
one.
has this.
Pseudo.
The man has that many beers. It is affectionately this fridge, the place that beers go to die.
It is. It's a jail.
They go to be
Just
cellared.
think of the bloody graveyard from Lion King. It's like that.
Oh, the Elephant Graveyard.
Yeah, it's the Elephant Graveyard for
Must
beer.
never go there, Weg. This bottle is a very special gift we received on the show. So what a perfect occasion to open it.
Absolutely.
This is Brendan from Three Ravens, Pseudo-Lambic, 1 of 5, bottled March 2017.
We're just flexing on you this episode, are we? That's what we're doing, just flexing
Well, Weg is.
on the people.
But
Yeah,
I think that might be a
that's-
nice little treat to open.
This was somewhat accessible, Weg. That's what I went for, a slightly accessible approach. Expensive still, but, accessible.
Well,
I think that cost more than what mine cost.
I think
How much did that cost?
No, we don't talk about figures on the show. Some things are priceless.
1 million.
I feel like
With a jacket like that, I could believe it.
Oh, baby.
Sharp looking man.
I feel like next year, shit's gonna step up. Weg's just.
I'm going down.
I'm going on my beer collectibles next year, and I'm just going to haul.
Just buy like 6-month-old treehouse.
Next year, 2-year-old out of step.
Here you go, guys. I've got this 1-year-old bottle of Pliny, and it's delicious.
Probably would be.
I've got
probably
some
would be.
Larry,
Oh,
straight out of Dan Murphy.
Well, do you know what? Funny story. I was going to bring a case of Larry tonight.
good luck.
Couldn't
mate.
even
Where
do
are you
that,
gonna
could
get
ya?
that in Tasmania?
Couldn't even do that.
Couldn't find it fucking anywhere. I shit you not. Like not if the joke manifested itself. But if anyone would like to send me a case of Larry,
Don't.
I will pay.
Are you going to drink it?
Yeah, I'm going to drink the shit out of it. You know what I was going to do?
Wizard sleeve that stuff.
I was going to
Sleeve stuff.
sleeve.
It's
stuff.
raw already.
I was going to just buy a case of Rover and just write Larry on every can, but I just knew how long that would take me, and I don't have that kind of dedication to the show.
Fair enough, to be honest.
Well,
Let's get into some damn awards.
no, we've got one segment to do before there. Let's get into Sip, Skip, or Seller.
The ultimate sip, skip, or seller for 2020, gentlemen. If we can still remember the beers that we drank in
Jesus.
2020, that's a thing that I'm struggling with, to be quite honest. I had to really go through the archives and to go, I did have that, didn't I? What did I have that in January, December? I couldn't fucking remember.
Yeah, true.
But we're
True.
here. So basically, we're gonna sip, skip, or cellar our beers of the year. And if we could have it one more time, you're gonna cellar it. No, you're not. You're gonna sip it. Sorry, my apologies.
Struggling with this. You're Mike Rusty, sir.
I am very Mike Rusty. This is what happens
It's
when
been
you...
a time. We've fallen down the charts, sir. We dropped away.
Well, I did
What a shame
message...
this is our biggest episode every year.
I did message Aussie Beer Pods, and I did get a rough evaluation of stock and our net worth of the podcast, and boys, we're up at 10 mil. We're valued at now. At the
14?
Close to 14. We're about 10 mil. We're
What?
the value of the podcast, we're valued quite high.
Any investors?
You're going to do an equity raise?
We would like a bit of a capital raise. Anyone want to invest?
Just saying.
We do make better
Just
beer
because
than
we're
some.
not charting right now doesn't mean we're worth
I'm not even involved
quite a lot
in
of
this
money.
conversation.
Yes. I'm just saying, just my thoughts.
Any inquiries, just email us at stepbrewers@batch.com.
Wow, you can go that far.
You two have planned this.
But look, let's go over our top beers of the year last year.
I'm going to drink the dregs of this first beer, by the way.
That was great. Who was that? We'll get to that
We'll
later.
get to that.
So sip, you can have this beer from last year one more time. Skip, you just your down moments of 2020, what you didn't like, what you
As a culture, maybe?
can
Like
be
as well as a beer?
culturally, can be a particular beer that you just went, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I've got one for that.
And then cellar, of course, is we can have that beer again right now
Easy.
if we had the chance.
Easy.
Now, it sounds like you've got some thoughts, Clint. So Let's start with you.
Sip. If I could buy it one more time. Oh, I'm looking at my list. You know what? I'm gonna say Deeds. Don't know about that Simcoe hop.
Yeah, the
Unusual
Decat.
choice, Decat. That beer was. I'm not huge on the haze these days. Not because it's cool, but because I just don't drink a lot of them.
It's a bit of a trend thing, I think.
Yeah.
No, you don't really drink that much haze
Anyway.
much in last year anyway, to be quite honest.
Well, yeah, Deeds, Decat, Simcoe. We received some for free, so hashtag sponsored. But also, I went and bought it about fucking 8 times because
It was a rebuy.
they made Simcoe taste like I didn't know Simcoe could taste like. And I was like on the phone to Neto and JC, like, what the hell did you do? Like, how did you do that? I think that was one of the best hazy beers to come out last year.
Yeah.
You're like that kid in class who's asking his mates for the answers to the test. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, bro, how did you make that beer? Oh, cool. I'm just going to go make a Simcoe beer.
Oh, they didn't tell me. Yeah, no, I should have looked over the shoulder instead of asking. Yeah.
Skip?
So I'd have that once more. Skip. Zoom beer hangovers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember getting on the
I've got
Zoom
a
beers?
real story about
Getting on the Zoom beers, waking up the next day and then thinking, I sat in front of a laptop for 5 hours, sink and piss, and that's why I'm hungover. And now I can't leave the house.
Yeah.
Zoom beer hangovers can eat a bag of genitalia.
I have to join you on that, Skip, because I had one of the worst hangovers / I was like almost paralytic from how much beer I did. Because you're sitting down, you're not doing anything, you're in front of a laptop, and like it was that one Steppies like hangout that we had last year,
the isolation after party.
I had so much fun and enjoyed the whole night, and then all of a sudden
is that when you started yelling at people to buy your t-shirt?
But I was so I don't spew from drinking, but I got up and I just like exorcist kind of I didn't make it to the bathroom. I had to be like helped down the stairs.
Your poor sweet fiance.
Apparently, I was like kind of green. Like I was not, and that was from Zoom. And
She sent me a message the other day and said, "What did you do to him?" And I was like, "I didn't fucking do anything to him. He's his own man."
Yeah, that would have been from that Zoom meeting.
Yeah,
It
I recall that
was
now.
not good. So I'm going to definitely join you on that. That was a bad time. Leave that in the past.
I'm so disappointed I wasn't around for that.
Yeah, it was really
raw.
And what about your cellar?
Lifetime supply of one beer. Once more into the fray.
You want a lifetime supply of that, mate?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Just hook me up. Just naughty little treat whenever I want it.
Yeah. Okay.
Done. Okay. Special mention to Blackheart's Gold, but not 1 year or the other. All the years in a vertical.
Yeah.
Sounds wanky as hell, but fuck, it was special.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Except trying to open that year one.
Yeah, I didn't realise about that, and then I tried to do it. It was difficult.
Friend of the show, Justin, made me open it, and he was just like, "Go on, you can't." And
Should have
like,
just.
I can fucking open it and then
half an hour later, we're like messaging Josh from Blackhearts, being like, "Come on, man, fuck you."
Just sabre it, man.
Oh, we could have
Just sabre the top
That's
off.
my seller of the year, Alex sabering at his birthday.
Oh, that was a good
Oh,
sell.
that wasn't your birthday. That was your engagement.
Yes, that's right. That was this
Very
year.
much about you.
You can sell it for the next Steppies.
Yeah, I'll sell that next year.
Weg, what about you? I mean, late to the scene, obviously. So,
The kid. I've started calling him the kid.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm trying it. It's a new
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know that'll stick.
Fair. I would have to agree.
Okay.
So, late to the scene, very new to the Steppies, late in the year, last year. So you were brought in
Getting a lot of love.
hard and fast.
Getting a
so
lot
do
of
you
love.
have any little highlights from last year in the very small window that you have? I know it's hard.
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Yeah. So, I mean, the first overly critical period I think I had was with the can vent. the Car and Can Vent box or boxes.
You weren't very happy with a few of those beers.
Well, I still haven't drank some of them, to be honest. There's some still in the fridge.
Is this your sip or
that's on you.
This is my
or-
sip. This is my sip.
Yep.
So I think there were a couple of highlights for me towards the end. However, I think if I could have another one of any one beer in the sort of my last quarter, maybe, of 2020, sort of when I got into the whole craft scene, the Russian Imperial Stout from Other Side, I think it was day 24.
Yep.
I drank that on Christmas Eve watching The Grinch with my in-laws.
That's a good vibe.
To be.
You won't believe this.
It was pretty turnt.
I've got one of those.
Oh, you
It's in
don't?
the fridge.
Can we have one?
Yeah, we won't get
That'd be a bit of a Christmas miracle.
Do you want that?
I actually would
Should I get it to
love
you?
that.
Well, yeah, we'll share it.
There's my sippy.
There's one down the bottom.
As far as skips go, I would find it very rude to single it down to one beer. So I'm just going to say lactose.
Oh, skip on lactose.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Because
that Papa no
as
like
far, some people have certain opinions. No, just don't. It's just avoid it. Yeah, that's a good beer.
Your
that
sips
one.
have come true, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
I think
Sorry.
yeah, lactose gets a lot of hate. Everything in its rightful place, but it was overdone in 2020.
It was the year of lactose.
It was overdone.
So, and Cellar?
Cellar, I really don't know if there was one beer in particular that kind of punched me in the face and said, buy me. Purely from the hype perspective, I'd thought of a couple. I mean, Out of Step, obviously, was up there, being my first West
You
Coast.
bought a lot of that.
I did buy a lot of it.
When you really didn't have to either.
Yeah, and then, there's obviously the Wildflower Noel 2020, which I did actually cellar for a while and then just drank it the other night.
Vibed on that.
What
else do we have together? Shiraz Negroni.
Shiraz Negroni, that was a good time.
Ivy League, you're a big fan of that.
Oh, the Ivy League was nice. I don't think I'd cellar it, though.
You wouldn't?
Nah, I don't think I'd cellar it. I think, honestly, if we're looking at it purely from the perspective of the beer I probably enjoyed drinking the most and the beer that I enjoyed the most for just being a good beer, I don't know. I'm just going to say Lifetime Supply Out of Step. You can't really go wrong there.
I like that.
My first West Coast.
You fell in love with West Coast.
Really loved that beer.
Yep.
Great work, whoever did that.
Ali and Deeds.
Yeah. Great job.
Cheers.
Nice can design too.
Mate.
Can art.
I really like the can art on that.
Yep.
Wow, well, you've just been hired again for next year. So
Thanks.
well played.
A renewed contract.
That's
That
lovely.
was easy, wasn't it?
It was. For me, it was sippity, sip, sip, sip. It was a bigger renaissance for me last year. No, it was a big turn, changing my tune a little bit with big, chunky, chonky cans of hoppy lactose bombs to discovering or re-loving the Pilsner, the clean, lovely, low ABV, sessionable beers last year, and feel good about it, and it feels great. I don't think
You started going into more like refined and technical, beautiful stuff.
I did, and it's been great for me. And I don't think I can I just look at 10% triple IPAs most of the time and go, I don't really want that. It's been a real weird year last year, but a lot more purchasing online beer orders than I ever had done before.
Actually,
in the
yeah.
past.
Cellar buying beers online.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everyone,
yeah.
Changed the game last year.
No
didn't
one
it?
that had beers on offer online was suddenly online. It was great, and I was getting beers that I could never get before in Australia because shipping to Tassie is not always the most fun for a lot of breweries, and they have a few trust issues with getting it across the pond. Fair enough.
Yes.
But that was amazing. But that's neither here or there now. For sipping, having all said that, I want more table beers. In particular, fell in love with the Wildflower table beer last year. Give me that crispy cracker citrus water, please and thank you. Delightful stuff. I wouldn't put it as cellar because I can still sip it as much as I like, and I buy a lot of it anyway, so it's still very accessible, which I'm very fortunate to. Bought a 4-pack today actually, so
Very nice.
there you go. So table beers on the menu for my sip. Skip is that disgusting hop that was on everyone's fucking brew sheets last year.
Are you talking about the sunscreen?
The coconut sunscreen, and I've been racking my brain for the last 10 minutes on the actual name of the hop because I've actually erased it.
Sabro.
I erased it from my mind that much.
We just sabroed you.
It's been so long since you've done a podcast. You clearly just can't. Do you remember the name of that brewery that you really hate their marketing?
I can't.
Never forget.
Correct. Yes, I still.
That's raw.
Yeah, I would skip them as well for their new marketing. So, Sabro and Akasha, big skips. Can I skip 2 things? I just did. Doesn't matter.
It's your segment, man.
Yeah, Sabro. Yeah, I've literally erased it so hard from my mind last year that I couldn't even remember the hop's name anymore. Hated the amount of Sabro beers. A lot of single hop Sabro beers, but then the unbalanced. It's not a feature hop, everyone. It's an
accent.
It's an accent hop, and you go too far with it, and it's fucked. And do not. I think everyone learnt their lessons last year. Some people still love it. You're wrong. It sucks. Terrible hop, and it's not really. It's taken a back seat this year so far in 2021. It's had its time. We've all moved on. Thank goodness for that. So that's my skip.
I want a second seller. You, Mr. Juice Wolf, Mr. Billy Panther, schooling brewers on technique, but actually being right.
Jeez, I don't remember doing that.
You've done it heaps. We at Boodle the other night, one of the local brewers grabbed you, and
oh yeah, that's right.
And he was asking you to critique a beer, and you were just like, "Yeah, the water's all out of whack, just chloride's out the wazoo." And he was like, "Yes, yes." And then you've just schooled someone on Sabro being an accent hop, not a. I love it. I'm cellaring the Juice Wolf's technical knowledge and the bursting of it.
I don't think I say a lot of shit, and sometimes it comes off okay.
I think
and
maybe you
sometimes
just take in a lot.
Tonight, not so much. Can't even speak. But it was a bit of a turnaround for me last year, and yeah. So see you later, Sabro. It was nice to see you. Nut, and I will never see you again or drink anything with Sabro in it. Yuck.
All right. What are you cellaring?
Cellaring, yeah. I would have to agree with Klimt on the Once More Into a Fray. There was a very special moment that Klimt and I shared in lockdown last year when we both got it, and we were Zoom calling each other. We said,
we've got
to crack.
I hope you weren't in person.
No.
Zoomies.
We Zoomed each other because we had to crack this beer together and share the moment. And
that was very funny.
I remember getting up off my office chair and doing lots of ninja kicks and fist pumps. Because if you it's very hard to get that kind of reaction out of me from a beer, and that was one of those beers last year. I was just so impressed.
We had that
we were getting 2018 Bourbon County vibes from an Australian brewer, and it was really exciting.
Well, I hope that we have some high kicks and karate chops tonight then.
Yeah, it's a special. Yeah, I've only done it a handful of times in my life.
That'll be a really valuable thing to capture on camera.
Yeah,
your reaction to this.
I've got much room back here, but I'll give it a crack.
Yeah,
just the facial expressions.
We need a bigger studio. We're in talks.
Yeah.
If anyone has a money printer, again, stepbrewers@batch.com. Just kidding. It's actually stepbrewers@gmail.com. So.
Stepbrewers podcast.
Podcast. Sorry.
Jeez, mate. No,
I don't have the keys to the kingdom.
Skip Weg not being good at his job. Wait, did I say that around the wrong way? Who cares?
So yeah, there's Sip Skips, the Ultimate Edition for 2020, summarised in April. But, we're here. I'm
just going to throw it out there now. Favourite episode last year?
Favourite episode? That's a great question. Jesus, what did we do? We just have to say...
3 Ravens.
Well, we're drinking Brendan's lambic, so
I really enjoyed pushing our limit of knowledge, well, especially for me personally with the Time and Barrel series.
me too.
That was really, like, I had to sort of knuckle down and, figure out what a fodre is and all those kind of things. And so that was like, because I just knew nothing about them. I knew I loved the beers, and so that was really hard, and I can't wait to bring that back again this year.
With
some
Weg's
video.
Weg's little input.
Yep, so that's going to be a little bit of a
very
winter
tasty
warmer little session, I think, once we get those done. So I'm really looking forward to those going back. But a particular episode, I don't know. The Benny was this year.
I was literally thinking that. And I was
going to say,
that was
Tofu was a lot of
long
fun,
ago.
but Josh from Black Arts was pretty special.
Yep.
And then I think Three Ravens was like the perfect way to cap off the year. That was like interesting, fun.
Yep.
The amount of knowledge those guys have, and now drinking Brendan's pseudo lambic.
Absolutely stunning.
Fucking good, isn't it?
It's really stunning.
How good are those first 2 beers?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to rise up from there.
Your standard Goozy boy's not looking so good now.
Well, testament to the friends and homies at the show who provide good groggins.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think with all that shit out of the way, I reckon we kick into our first award of the Steppies. Third annual awards.
You really are that rusty tonight.
What do you mean?
We haven't done one of these for like a month.
Yeah, it's
we did a live show. How did you find the live show, Weg?
I was very quiet.
Yeah,
There's a few audio kinks we need to work out for next time. It's hard having the sort of large open venue like we had.
Yeah.
Shout out to Preachers Hobart for the money printer.
I did talk to Chris about that, and I was like, Chris, I'm so sorry the way they spoke about you guys, and he was like, it was piss funny, and I was like, don't encourage them. Don't encourage.
He said he loved it. So
that's licensed.
When you kept saying the cabbage, and I was like, don't encourage them. Seriously, they're bad enough as they are.
We love it. We love it. Look, we're going to Gabs in May. No live show. But, we'll bring the live energy, that's for sure.
Got some few cheeky,
Gabs won't
maybe.
give us a stage yet. It's a bit rude, to be honest, like we are at the start of the show.
No, well, we shouldn't talk about that because that's a little thing to save. Sorry,
I'm just excited. I think it's
save some nuggets.
I think it's the nervous energy, to be honest. Like this is some big shit that we're about to. These are the best beer awards in Australia.
Arguably
the most desirable award for the mantle.
I feel like the trophy should be called the Arguably.
The Arguably.
It's not bad.
The Arguably Awards could be a thing next year. But,
that's disturbing, Weg.
Before we get to the big golden Canwall trophy, Weg, chuck a little image right there. It's still in production, to be quite honest. There will be real photos of it soon, but look, I've got the mock-up there for you. So, wow, that's going to look nice. The golden Canwall.
Jeez, that's nice.
That's flexy. People will really want that in the brew room to show off that they've won that.
One sec, sorry to interject. How's the gooseberry on this?
Yes, it is very nice. We did talk about this just before the break.
It's very
and
delicious.
You're still talking about it.
It's fucking delicious.
Let's. So we're going to start with the most improved brewery of the year of 2020, and from going around state to state, we have the final nominees, which are from Tasmania, Van Diemen. From Victoria, Bonehead.
We have a few boneheads in the fridge. We should jump on those next.
You can do whatever you want. Please don't interrupt me. New South Wales, Mountain Culture. Yeah. Queensland, Sea Legs Brewing. And South Australia, Shapeshifter.
Like Shapeshifter.
And from WA, we have Blaster Brewing. There you go. So key contenders, once we got down to it, were between... I don't know if that's a thing that we should be doing, to be honest. That wasn't good for anyone else. No. Right, fair enough. It was between Bonehead and Blaster, so yeah, fair enough.
That's
fair
fair.
enough.
You
Not
are
been my
rusty.
best. I am. And, so some good debates. But between
There was some
these-
really good chat.
Again, it's hard for, because it's a lot more out of our hands now. A lot of these beers, we don't get to taste so much from all the other states. So, we got a really beautiful care package from Blaster recently, and those beers were delightful, consistent, good beers. We really enjoyed those on our recent episode. And
We also got a Bonehead care
we
package,
also got
so-
a little Bonehead care package from Mr. Drink's Distro down here in Tassie.
Correct.
And they are also drinking quite nicely as well. So
Very good.
great to see.
I will say I had Bonehead beers at Gabs a few years back now, and I'd heard some people talk about them being good, and I was very much underwhelmed. But the latest stuff I've had has been vastly better.
Yep.
Yep.
I can't say I've had much Bonehead before that recent care package, to be quite honest.
No.
But from what I've had, I'm quite impressed, and I feel like they are definitely got the wheels in motion to keep pushing that. But yeah, with Blaster beers, sort of knocked my socks off. I'm like, I want more beer from these guys. It was, they've got some.
That's what we had on the Fox Friday app.
It was, yeah. The kettle sours were great. The
Grapefruit IPA.
The grapefruit IPA you really liked. I'm not a big fruited grapefruit IPA guy, but their standard IPA, Chainbreaker, delicious, great beer. So I was happy for either of these two guys to get the award.
It was interesting to hear from the Victorian panel, particularly those kind of bottle shop guys that Bonehead over last year, I assume at the start of last year, came in and said, how can we be better? How can we improve our beers? Asked for feedback. Now, if you're a new brewer coming up, most of the time when you're hearing something negative, you're a bit back foot, you having to go at me, what's the go?
Yep.
Whereas these guys actively sought out how they could improve and then clearly have gone and done that.
That's amazing.
Which is very, very respectful.
It is very, and sort of a bit unheard of, really, isn't it? In the scene,
More should do it.
A lot of them just sort of stick to their guns and try and improve their own way, but that's, tip of the
fedora, as the WA people would say.
Absolutely. But, Blaster Brewing offered, a very solid product around Australia. I think a lot of people were getting a lot more Blaster beers last year, which was great to see. And I think that sort of gave them an overall advantage. So the winner was Blaster Brewing. Congratulations.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
To those guys. Very, very happy for them to be getting a little Steppy award this year, and
to go on the shelf with all the others. They're young bosses, in the 40 under 40, and they've done some big things.
Absolutely right. So congratulations, and also congratulations as a runner-up to Bonehead Brewing.
It was very close.
It was very
close.
I think we might try and cross over now to Blaster Brewing to see if they have a little message about their Steppy Awards. Let's find out.
Hey all, it's Mike from Blaster Brewing over here in Perth, Western Australia, to accept the award for WA and the National Steppy for Most Improved Brewery. Cheers, thank you so much. We're absolutely blown away to even be considered, let alone win, especially on the national level. I think every brewer wants to have their beer chatted about across the nation. So thank you very much. As everybody, it's been a big, weird 12 months. We're very proud of making it through to the other side, you could say, over here at Blaster. Working hard, brewing lots of beer, and ultimately just trying to make everyone happy when they drink our beer. So thank you again. Thank you to the Steppies for this award, and the Steppies are literally our second favourite podcast behind the Beer Healer, of course. So it is a real honour to win this. Thanks very much, team, and here's to good beers. See ya.
And we're back.
And we're back. So if there was a message there, they were very happy with this Steppies Award. And if they were not, they couldn't care less. And that's beautiful as well.
And Bonehead are the winners.
And then Bonehead are the winners.
Kidding.
So we do...
We could very much edit that if you don't want to answer the phone.
That's also true. Very good. Now, do we go to the next award?
Oh, I'd love to take this one.
You want to do it?
Oh, I'd love this
This
one.
is a good one. God damn it. Go for it.
I thought this one would be super easy, to be honest. The Steppy Award for Hype Brewer of the Year. Now,
What does hype mean, Clint?
It usually aligns with Chonky Donkeys.
it does. But
At least in 2020.
This is the
This
Chonky
is
Donkey
where-
Award?
This is what exactly. That is not what this award is. This is where the award got very interesting, and some of the conversations and how heated this one. This one came down to, I believe, two votes,
2 or 3 votes. Like it was
Either
like
side.
splitting hairs for a while.
It was crazy. So, when we talk about Hype Brewer of the Year, we're talking about a brewery that harnessed the hype. We are not talking about a brewery who puts out garbage and it's hyped. So, some of your contenders that you might be thinking of were not even in the running, did not get discussed. To the point where some panel members in certain states said, we won't even entertain their name in this. This is for a brewery who harnessed the hype. And when we say harness the hype, we mean, they engaged consumers. They brought something to the table and then they delivered. So, our nominations for Hype Brewer of the Year by state are Fox Friday, Tasmania. Narrowly beating out myself, whatever. Mr. Banks from Victoria. One Drop Brewing from New South Wales. Range Brewing from Queensland. Shapeshifter from South Australia. And Rocky Ridge from WA.
Whew.
That is a list.
That's a list.
That's a list of hype.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, hype for sure. Have some of those brewers produced some garbage? Yeah, sure. Most brewers have. But Fox, Mr. Banks, One Drop, Range, Shapeshifter, Rocky, there are some beer of the year nominations in there. And our panel, who each of them put up 5 beers of the year, all of these brewers had hits in those lists. So this one, we didn't think it was going to be hard. Like, in my mind, it goes to Range, and I said that straight up.
Yeah.
Range had the lines around the corner. Range had the second birthday thing.
Best lighting.
Range had a big year. They turned online selling into something crazy. But, Mr. Banks did too. You remember those Mr. Banks drops?
This is like very early COVID lockdown, March, April time of the year where everyone was locked down. Everyone's behind a computer doing their online shopping. And it was a completely different world. To think that was a year ago for us Tasmanians is weird to think about because I was like, oh, shit, yeah, that did happen. I remember that. And I was like,
we were so insulated.
Because it was very much a battle between, the first half of the year hype compared to the second coming of the second wave kind of hype. And
and kind of maintaining that momentum.
That's right. And that's where One Drop sort of came into the picture a lot. And that, I wouldn't have really heard of One Drop in that first, 6 months or so. And then hearing little things, and then the Instagram with all the emojis and all the
I think there was
they got people talking.
I can't remember what beer it was, whatever they had with the slushy, or it had the ice cream sundae on it, and then it was just the emojis in the caption on the Instagram post just had me in stitches for days.
Only beer that you've had in Brew or False that's Australian.
Yes.
And that's saying something alone.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, as much as I particularly rag on One Drop, do they harness the hype? Yes. Do they try and be omnipolo? Yes. But when we discussed these awards, it came down to One Drop and Range.
It was, as I said, like the battle of first year, sorry, I'm very distracted by you rubbing your nips over there. It's really
For those on the audio, Wegs Steppy outfit is very raw.
Do you want to describe my outfit tonight, Clint?
It's very Corey Worthington meets erotica.
You've express posted, taped your nipples. Need I say more?
All Clint had.
Yeah, it was very much first half of the year hype where Range, took over, making lines round the block, and then amongst all that, opening a second venue in the biggest lockdown state of them all in Abbotsfield, Victoria, which is just insane.
Yeah.
So that's incredible compared to One Drop, who just took over the internet basically and just made a bit of a mockery out of the craft beer world, but it's getting everyone's attention.
And some of it is
some of the
clever.
beers are very clever and very good.
So in the end we came to sort of two camps in the judges, and I think from memory the votes were split maybe like 14 to 11 or something. Like it was tight, or maybe like 13 to 12. Like
it's literally that close.
It was crazy. There was two camps. I think everyone agreed that Range produced hype and One Drop produced hype. So no one was disagreeing that they both produced it. But what it came down to was the panel believed, a slightly bigger majority believed that One Drop delivered quality at the end of the hype and Range fell short, which is not to say that they don't have quality beers, because I think anyone would be stupid to argue that they haven't improved a lot. But
and that's the thing where why my personal vote went to One Drop, is because there's always been the underlying issue for me and a lot of other consumers of Range in the past 12 months is the quality control on the canning line. It just hasn't really...
Yeah, and I think too many of our judges had experienced that for them to vote that way.
It's consistent enough to not be ignored by a lot of these panel judges, and that's just from 25 of us, let alone all the other beers people have bought from this year.
There'd be millions of beers that would put perfectly fine. But this is the problem with this industry, is if you serve one very brown can, people will remember it. And our panel just happened to be served a few of them.
Yeah.
So... I think we know who the can wall goes to on this one.
The mini can wall goes to Clint.
One Drop.
Does that hurt you to say?
What's that?
Does that hurt you to say?
I'm excited.
Feel good
I'm excited for it. I was a bit nervous when I saw the nominations for my home state and I got nominated for the same thing.
Yeah.
But
as we discussed with Dorian on the last episode, it was a very different kind of hype, and that's why hype is interpreted so many different ways. Which is I thought it might have been a little bit more of a negative award.
The word has a negative connotation,
but it really wasn't this year, and that's great to see. And I think very well deserved from either or of those top two.
Yeah, I'm pleased One Drop did it.
Yeah, they did.
I'm really looking forward to having them on too.
That's right. And we do now cross over to Nick from One Drop to give us a little acceptance speech award. Take it away, Nick. Congrats.
Hey, I'm Clay. This is Nick, and we're from One Drop Brewing Co. Thanks to the Steppies for the award. Arguably the best hype brewery in the world. It's pretty amazing. It's cool to be part of it this year. Thanks for considering us. And thanks to everyone for supporting us over the last 12 months. It's been a crazy ride.
And don't talk about what beer we're drinking, because it's not Australian.
Wow, Nick, thank you so much. Wow.
My man.
Beautiful. Your boy.
Start of a unique and beautiful friendship, I'd say.
I would say so. And, his first Steppy Award.
Who would have thought that holding a person at gunpoint would achieve so much?
Wow. Okay.
I love my tea.
You do love your T-shirt. It's beautiful. Best gift I've ever given you.
It's true.
Anyway, 2 more awards to go. But before we get to the big one, we're going to touch on breakthrough brewery of the year.
Headache of the year.
This was a really tough one, and especially from us little Tasmanians down here, a lot of these nomination finalists we've never had the beer from.
So that was a big theme.
Very much took the back seat and just let this one ride within the discussion, and it was definitely the hardest one to come to a actual winner. But so I think like every nomination sort of gets a special mention here.
Honourable mentions.
Absolutely. So for Breakthrough Brewery of 2020, we have Beaucamp Beer from
R.I.P.
Tasmania.
baby. R.I.P.
Upflow from Victoria. Mountain Culture / Slow Lane from New South Wales. Interesting.
Very nice.
Bit of a split decision there. 10 Toes from Queensland. Lone Gum from South Australia. And Wild Hop from WA. Have you heard many of those breweries before?
No. All I want to say is, who's going to tell Queensland that we all have 10 toes?
We don't have Larry, though.
We don't have Larry.
Oh, I was just talking about my feet, but
Don't like the name.
Terrible.
Not a fan.
it's a bit silly.
Is it a surfing reference?
What has that got to do with surfing?
Hang 10? Toes in the water? 10 toes?
You are really, really clutching at straws and
is cringe.
showing your age.
This
Let's
is
move on.
Cringy. Cringe fest.
Okay.
This one was huge because
This was the other toughest one.
this is
maybe?
the toughest one. So look, honourable mentions to all these breweries.
100%.
Yeah, and I have not had many of, if any, of the beers from these guys. So we sort of just let it go, didn't we?
We did. It was. I think this one was most about, and particularly for the people who might join us on the Steppies next year as judges. We did have a lot of people ask to join the judging panel, and I had to sift through it all. And it was tough to allocate. So more people next year would be heaps of fun. But it was really difficult. I mean, to give this out because each state basically had to put their case forward to convince other states.
Yep. Because a lot of the other states as well had not had all like said beers from the other
or they
states
just
as well.
wanted, or their state was what mattered to them. Like it was really fucking tough.
Lone Gum from South Australia was very highly regarded from a lot of people, but they don't have a license to sell beer yet as time of recording.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We've heard good things about Lone Gum from some mates from South Australia, but again, how are we going to get access to the beer if it's not?
I think in the end, so spoiler alert, Lone Gum was one of the final top
discussions,
voted, but we won't give any more away. But I think in the end, the whole panel kind of agreed that Lone Gum were like the one to watch for Oz.
Yeah, yeah.
There was
not a breakthrough necessarily.
Yeah, they will.
Oh yeah,
and we were both excited that South Australia awarded this to Lone Gum because I think it's the Steppies rules are made to be broken, and there was enough love there. But yeah,
it's interesting. And then again, like Wild Hop, I'd never really heard of Wild Hop before from WA until it was mentioned in the list.
And doing great things.
And after a little bit more looking into, they're doing great things. 10 Toes, very much the same. Slow Lane, I've definitely heard a lot more of.
Cowan beer too.
Yep, Cowan beer as well. So, at least had something from Slow Lane. But yeah, I hear a lot of good stuff from friends up that way as well, and where we could just ride home all day long about Beaucamp and those cans of blue and how amazing that brewery could have been, still can be with the name change and new brewer on board and a few changes. We'll see how that goes. But they were onto something really special there, and there was. I think if we all voted for Beaucamp, they on vote tally alone, they would have won because there's majority more Tasmanians in the discussion of that
They,
group.
yeah, they could have been
So,
right up
like,
there.
that's why I sort of went, no, I can't vote.
Did you vote at all?
I didn't. I just watched it.
Weg, did you vote? Did any state
No, I
convince
think
you?
this was the one that I stuck out of because I hadn't tried anything from a
it
lot
was
of them.
it was really
I felt
tricky
a little bit unqualified, and I
A couple of judges did say that, yeah.
yeah, hopefully not about me. I'm
No,
hoping
no,
it meant just
themselves
that they're
as
unqualified. No, I think it's no real secret that I don't really have a fucking clue what I'm talking about. So,
Well, you've grown a lot. You've grown a lot. I did vote.
You did. Who'd you vote for?
I was convinced by the discussion, having heard the build up to it, having heard the judges in the group put their case forward for it, and then convince other state judges to vote for them. And then they did get the most.
Who was it? Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Upflow Brewing.
Any reasons in particular you voted for? Like, what swayed you with Upflow?
I think I resonated well with, the breakthrough brewer we discussed as being someone who is bringing something new to the table, something new to the scene, making big inroads and being successful. It doesn't matter if you bring something new but don't take it anywhere.
Yep.
And our Victorian panel got behind them really hard. And they got behind them because this is a non-alcoholic brewer we're talking about that is flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
And then, in turn, they convinced a couple of Queensland judges to join the cause and got some votes there.
Yep.
A few of those, Rob Perkin, for example, talked about, during the pandemic, there was a lot of home drinking and a lot of people got a bit more conscious following that about their drinking and trying to make some smarter choices. Some other judges pointed out that it's kind of exciting for us to give a non-alcoholic brewer breakthrough brewery of the year.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't a pandemic year, we might have seen a stronger or more traditional breakthrough brewer. But you know what? I think from all the kudos we heard and the people who were telling us, I was convinced that they should be breakthrough brewer.
Yeah. And after the discussions, I was keen to try.
Very keen to buy a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
And I've had friends message me about Upflow and tell me about this beer.
Yeah.
Which was like, why are you telling me? But now I kind of want to have it.
preserve your liver.
Yeah, well, you got to make good life choices sometimes.
Adult choices at some point.
Yeah. I had the Dainton low ABV IPA. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
We don't speak of them here.
Not an award show anyway. Speaking of which, we did not give out the brewery who lost us this year because we thought 2020 was a dog enough. We don't need to be harsh.
Which, I was sad about at the time not giving out the brewery. I had some real strong contenders for each state there, but it was a rough year. I definitely want to bring it back for 2021.
Of course
but 2020 was hard enough for everyone. Let's not bring negativity into the Steppy Awards this year. So we've left that be. But with all said and done, what to be award breakthrough brewery?
Upflow got it.
They did get it.
Breakthrough Brewer of the Year from Victoria.
Wow!
Upflow. With a close, contentious runner-up. Lone Gum.
Yeah.
But also we did very much want to say, and Ali iterated it several times. Honourable mentions by State to Beaucamp, Mountain Culture, Slow Lane in particular, 10 Toes, Lone Gum, and Wild Hop, because it all could be very deserving in their own rights. It was a tough one. It was. Upflow.
Do we have them on the line to accept the beautiful Steppy Award?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Let's see how
Shall we cross over to
see how good a job I did.
Victoria?
Hey guys, Chris from Upflow here. We're super chuffed to be awarded Breakthrough Brewery in the Steppies. No doubt it's a hotly contested category with a lot of really progressive producers. So we really appreciate the support of those who voted for us and convinced others to vote for us. We first released our beers in July last year. The response has been amazing from craft beer drinkers and NA diehards alike that have been looking for something like this for so long. We consider ourselves really lucky to be part of such a vibrant, open craft beer scene that's always striving to evolve. So thanks again, and we really enjoy being part of it. And thanks for your support. Bye.
Well, only you guys know at home if that worked or
We
not.
are now reacting based on my confidence in getting them on the phone.
It's not happening.
Which is high.
If they come on, then...
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, you finally found a legitimate way to use that stab. I love it.
Beautiful.
Should we
do it? Should we make Wake give out the Steppies Award for the best brewery of 2020? Should we make him do it?
Let's fucking do it.
Do we want to make him do
Let's
it?
do it.
I think we want to take this one slow. We want to take
We
this
wanna
one
do
slow.
A little bit of a slow journey through this one.
Brewery of the year.
Brewery
2020.
of the year 2020,
Hit us,
of
big boy.
which I was only part of for a quarter of the year. But hey, that's all right.
And
That
what a
means I
quarter
can
it
give
was.
out Brewer of the Year 2.
Okay.
Because, it's got 4 numbers and I wasn't either for a quarter. Okay, that was a shit joke.
That's awful.
So...
Who let him do this? That was me.
Why did you let him do this?
I don't know.
This is prestigious.
So when you're giving out the Steppy Award for Brewery of the Year, you want to build it up nice and slow and, get people excited. So off you go.
I reckon he needs to replay the intro and then announce the nominations.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good,
Do
actually.
you want me to replay the intro right now?
Yeah,
Or
the big music.
The big music. Huh?
Okay, let's see how you go.
We want this to be epic.
All right.
All right, this is all good stuff.
Well. That was nice. I'm just going to leave that running in the background, actually. I really like it.
Beautiful.
That
It's
is
good
nice.
vibe.
Give
It's
us
good
the
vibe.
nominations.
So, we have from Tasmania, Ocho.
Lovely.
Yeah, very nice. Victoria, this will come as no surprise to anybody. We've got Deeds Brewing.
That is lovely
Yeah.
stuff.
And,
Last year's winners as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, can they go back to back?
Oh, back to back? Who knows? Not
It is
me.
traditionally known that whatever brewery wins has to do a collaboration of beer with us.
Is it?
Nice.
Who knows what happened last
Set a good standard. Representing New South Wales, we have Wildflower. Very nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
For South Australia, we have Little Bang Brewing.
Lovely.
Yeah, also very good. Queensland, we have Black Hops.
Big boys.
Big. And WA, we have Other Side Brewing.
Whew.
Wow.
How's the list? How's the fucking list?
That's a top tier list. All worthy contenders, to be quite honest.
Let's starting with Ocho, let's go over a few of these brewers and what they did to capture their states and what they did during the year.
Yeah, so Ocho very much went the hoppy approach with all the seasonals and a couple of collabs here and there.
A couple of big collabs.
Yeah, big
Deeds?
collabs. Yeah, with the
Mammoth?
woolly mammoth, the Quebec, however the fuck you say it. Yes. Quake, or whatever. Yeah, who knows, man? I'm still never going to figure that out.
It's a fodre.
It's definitely a fodre of a word. And definitely. Yeah, I'd say went a little bit more with the hoppy approach last year, and the purple cans, the purple drank.
Oh, they did do that really delicious porter.
Yes, Lusty Winter. Yes, which was good, but a lot of Tasmanian. This is how it captured Tasmanian hearts, was with that winter IPA.
Purple drank.
I saw it everywhere for a good few months there. It was all over socials. People couldn't get enough of it, and I think that was the beer that pretty much won them the award again to go back to back for the Tasmanian Brewery of the Year. But yeah, also a great collaborational beer with Stillwater. That Deep Fake was incredible.
We had a little keg of that.
We did at the Steppies
Raw.
live show. Very, very good beer. And, just another solid year from Stu. There's nothing that he puts out is stinkers.
I didn't think he put out any silly beers this year.
No.
Like, when I say silly beers, I mean beers that would challenge palates, which is something he likes to do. I still think he will in the future. But
still thinking about Prism. We didn't do any Prisms this year.
Oh, there's a cheeky little imaginary owl.
I did see
front shelf over there. That's
that
a
is
little
nice.
one of mine. One of mine. Do you want to take Deeds Brewing?
Well, yeah, I can talk for days about Deeds. Don't know if people know that we do like the guys over there at Deeds.
We do.
They're a nice group of lads and ladettes, and they make some very, very good beers. And it was one of their biggest years, most ambitious years last year, with the amount of beer that they made. Those like weekly releases, it was something like that. There was so many beers that came out.
I can't even remember. There was I know Wego had a few highlights in his beers of the year from Deeds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Barrel Pills.
Pills, knock on wood. There
Nastravi.
There was just like, obviously not every beer is like, if they're going as ambitious as they did, not everything was absolutely perfect, but the amount of consistency those guys showed, how good of brewers they are, really just showed. And then we hit, middle of the year, and we had our first taste of Into the Fray, that bourbon barrel aged stout.
My beer of the year.
Yeah, quite easily.
My beer of the year.
Yeah, as I said earlier, it was like one of the beers I got up and did a little high kick for and some air punches. It was that good. It was a special moment for me last year. Just to this year, they're going to obviously do it again and do it bigger and better. So I hear
4 times. 4 barrel aged stouts this year. The original hypey boy, as JC calls it, the original hypey boy.
Yeah.
A lot to live up to.
So, they broadened the range of their brewing skills, and they brewed a lot more beers that they liked to brew as well, with the knock on wood and all that kind of stuff. They're showing a really good variety of brewing skill, and I am very excited for them this year as well with the Wild Ale project that they will be going down eventually with Netto. So that's a whole nother thing for this year. They just keep killing it, and it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's hard not to fault them to be the Victorian Brewery of the Year.
Damn straight.
So congrats again, boys. Excited to see if you can go back to back.
Very excited, very excited. New South Wales, close to your heart, Wego.
A little bit of Wildflower.
Oh, yes.
I think this was the brewery for you that really made you go, wow. What?
Yeah, well, I think, at least by Australian standards, if you are talking about brewers who kind of personify collectability as far as craft beer goes, I think, or desirability, cellaring beers, that whole niche of people who really go super erect for putting beers in a linen closet for like 10 years to 2039 or whatever that fucking.
So they also do like their limited releases are great like that if you want to collect those, but also the fact that their core range amber and gold it's like $20 and you can grab a bottle of that anytime you're happy to open it.
The funniest thing about like that is it's like Wildflower, like he brews it just to drink now. Like he doesn't care about collectability and stuff, and he prices it like everyday beer. What's Topher say? We'll cut him in.
It's just fucking beer.
It's just fucking beer. But yeah, some of the stuff, like I know Noel is a big one for you. We had some stupid beers from them.
The Jester King collab last year.
Yeah, nothing fancy. One of the beers of the year.
That was just super clean, like amazing beer. Like,
table beer in cans, Tom in cans, for all the saints.
Yeah, I've got to reiterate about table beer. That was my I went back.
There's not like literally a 2-day period that goes by without you talking about table beer.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
you probably drink too much beer.
Table beer, Too much table beer? Not that bad for you. It's all good.
Now, Little Bang Brewing in South Australia had a really big year. Continued to pump out the, cool labels, aggressive sours in Face Inverter. They had a big year in where they put out 10,000 different labels on a hazy beer.
Yeah, that was
to break
nice.
Untapped.
I love
because
that.
they, were having a go, and that just ensued fun. And I think Little Bang, our South Oz judges basically said Little Bang epitomised everything about like bringing fun to craft and bringing people to the table. Not taking yourselves too seriously, but still putting out amazing quality. Long overdue to be on the show. So Little Bang,
yes, we've got a very
welcome in that list.
Dedicated episode to drinking barley wine with those boys that we still need to tee up, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And Weg's going to be out of his depth once again. It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be amazing.
Every episode.
Little Bang are massive nerds too, so maybe we could all play Stardew Valley together online or something.
Oh, that would be we're now a Twitch streaming channel.
Yeah. From Queensland, Black Hops Brewing.
Yeah.
You surprised they got the Queensland one?
I am, to be honest. I thought that maybe because they're a bit of a bigger brewery, like it's so available everywhere. Not that that's a negative at all. It's great. They're killing it and doing very good things, but
scarcity factor comes into a bit for you.
I just didn't personally buy a lot of the beer from them last year.
Yeah, so I guess the interest.
So it's hard for me to know where the award came from, I guess, and who else was in the running for it, because I can't remember.
So the interesting thing here is Black Hops really mobilised during COVID. So they set up a app called, I think it was Recon Drop or something.
Right.
A supply drop, sorry. And basically built an app in like a couple of weeks where you could get Black Hops beers delivered to your house during the COVID lockdowns. They also had their birthday, which saw lines as big as range.
Yeah, I heard that was crazy, and some of the can art for those beers looked great too.
Yeah, so he's going to come on the show soon to do an episode. They're artist, they're graphic designer. So they sort of managed to capture some of that limited release market while producing beers in the top 20 of Gabs, like you wouldn't believe, like Goat at number 5. They epitomise what a massive brewer can do when they concentrate on core and limited, and they opened a second tap room during COVID, like they bought out a second brewery. I think it came from that they just fit all the criteria we were putting down. They're bringing more people to the table, and they're getting more people drinking craft, which is probably what pushed them.
Yeah, well, fair enough. All power to them. It was an amazing year.
A favourite for ours, final brewer from WA.
Yes, Other Side from WA.
Your boys.
You've had a
had like one of their beers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
They're all good.
Don't get enough of their beers, but every time we do have one of their Other Side beers, it is bloody banging. Got nothing bad to say about Other Side. And that's just from a Tasmanian perspective, which is very limited.
Well, we basically get it from the ambassador of WA.
We do, and can't fault any of the beers that they had. It's consistent. It's good drinking.
Nosies doubles, headliner, double IPA, banger. I think we got some barley wine from there. Silly beers, very good stuff. Great stout to finish off the Carwin pack. One of the highlights I heard.
Absolutely, yeah. They collab with as well with Garage Project was
Bubbles.
That was good, great,
banger. Very deserving.
Yeah, just love to have more of their beers and love to get them on the show eventually as well.
Send some beers to Tassie, please.
I've been talking to Reese from Other Side.
And before you open that, I mean, you haven't unveiled your special date. She's still all wrapped up over there, in the.
We'll unveil that in the closing notes.
You want to do other closing notes? You're still going to let us hang on?
No,
come on.
No, let's focus on what's important here, which is.
All right, I'm still keen to celebrate, but mate.
The most important thing,
everyone hanging.
The most important thing here is
the Bourbon County. I agree.
Australian Brewery of the Year. While we Oh, we're
Needs
drinking
more barrel, I think.
American beer.
I have a smell. I don't know if you're going to like this. That's also the funny thing. I don't know if you're going to like this.
That'd be a bit awkward, wouldn't it?
Vegemite vibes.
So
just give us a little nose.
this is
Yep, that's nice.
so discussion of brewery of the year. How did you see that playing out, Ali? Well, all this delicious Bourbon County.
I definitely thought it was going to. Oh, you could take it a few ways here. Personally, I thought Deeds would definitely be back up in the running again for going back to back, just because they were produced some of the best beers I drank last year, and just the creativity, and also I'm very distracted by you pouring this Elijah Craig Bourbon County.
I was a bit with you. In my mind, almost walking into it, I had set my votes.
Yep.
Not saying that it was Deeds, but I had set my votes walking into it, and the whole chat changed my mind.
But also, yeah, if I go to my top 5 beers of the year, cheers, boys, by the way.
Cheers.
To another
Hey.
beautiful Steppies. Thank you,
Thank
Weg,
you for the
this.
Steppies. Thank you to everyone at home. Thank you for the panel.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, the bed. You weren't kidding about the whole Vegemite.
Some of them can be.
It's still so good.
Some coconut?
No coconut, just bourbon. Sorry, we're just having a moment, guys.
Everyone's just having a little moment here.
Hope you're all drinking something special as well while you watch the Steppies. Let us know in the
Please
comments.
tag us on Instagram.
Hashtag
stories.
How you celebrate.
Cellarflex, please. Hashtag Cellarflex.
Hashtag.
But yeah, fun to think about it. That is delicious. Also, equally, there on my top beers for the year as well were Wildflower. So personally, I was really torn between Wildflower and Deeds, and I didn't know which way to take it. So I just let the comments go.
And that's where the chat came into play, because it became a Deeds versus Wildflower, which, I mean, elephant in the room, Mountain Culture on the list.
Yeah, good.
Fuck. Harsh, but...
Oh, they're just... No.
No, Mountain Culture aren't on the list because of reasons stated in the New South Wales episode. Not because they're bad, but because how do you compete with Wildflower and what they bring to the scene? So, I mean, the whole discussion then becomes, everyone thought this was going to be MC versus Deeds.
Yep.
You know, two breweries riding the haze against
haze
each
hype.
other. The haze hype, yeah. Both producing, really exceptional haze and other stuff. Like lagers from Mountain Culture, obviously quite good. Lagers from Deeds, amazing. Some of the specialty stuff, cool. But yeah, I think it tore people. And yeah, our final voting was between Deeds and Wildflower.
It was.
Now, I want to read out one of our judges' comments here. This was on the Wildflower camp.
Okay.
Just because I want people to get a feel of what it's like to be in the room. This comment goes, locality and community are a big theme for Wildflower. Tova's evidently passionate about promoting and utilising local products and the folks behind them in his beer. He's more than happy to share his house culture. He'll pack a vial into your order for you to use at home. He'll DM you too, which I think is pretty neat given some of the breweries are a little cagey about theirs. There's no doubt in my mind that between forming a real intersect between wine and beer for many... Oh, sorry. There's no doubt in my mind between the aforementioned and his collaborations with prominent names in beer and wine, and forming a real intersect between beer and wine, as a side note, make him the most notable in driving the indie beer segment forward. The hype's justifiable. The product is consistently good. Good is gold has got to be some of the best value proposition versus quality you can get in Australia. Not many breweries out there punch out a blended mixed culture saison at $20 a bottle for 750ml, or a mixed culture table beer in pint cans. Their branding marketing is simple and unpretentious, which is a good thing.
Hit the nail on the head.
That's a strong...
Yeah. But then you think of Deeds. You've got a brewery with, what we consider two of the most talented brewers in the country, punching out
Brewer of the year as well.
Brewer of the Year for JC and his team. Punching out DCAT series, collaborations of Outer Range, the obviously Survivor type each year. Once more into the fray, one of the best beers to come out of Oz.
If we had a Beer of the Year award, I don't know if you know, it'd probably be Into the Fray. Just throwing that out there. Would be the Beer of the Year.
Well, we have over 100 beers of the year from our judges. All our judges put in 5 each, so we have over 100 beers of the year. We could put that list out next episode.
We could.
Yeah, we could show that.
We can do that.
But it did come down to the two heavyweights.
What did you vote for? Doesn't mean it's going to win. Who did you vote for?
It's interesting because I changed.
Yeah, you did.
No, it's interesting.
You did change. I remember this. That's why I asked.
Turncoat.
I changed my early vote. I guess that's the power of why we did it this way. It wasn't just a points-based system. It was a discussion, and it was a forum, and it was people putting their hearts out there. We had people talk about Wildflower beers that were, had taints to them, like the old Band-Aid taint and stuff.
Yep.
We had other people, advocate for their beers 100 times over. We had people talk about astringency in Deeds beers. We had people talk about how amazing Deeds beers were. My initial vote was for Deeds, and I changed it to Wildflower.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Wow.
Because I think the reasons the panel gave...
Out of steps off the table again, boys. No
Out of
step here this year.
Thanks, Klimt.
But did you think I just felt like, to me, when I thought about all of what Wildflower did in 2020 and I thought about all of what Deeds did in 2020, I think they were both equally exceptional, but I had to tip my hat to Wildflower on a few things. And when we talk about Brewery of the Year and those contributions, that became it for me. I swayed at the last moment. And there was still only a hair in it for me.
Yeah, this again was very closely voted too.
Yeah.
So
in the end, who did you vote for?
Well, that's the thing. I left it to the last minute because this is the thing. I was just reading, absorbing, because I was like, my opinion's invalid right now. I'm just happy to let people discuss, and then I can make a decision if it's important. And I could have gone either way. I think I only had 4 top beers of the year, and 2 were Deeds and 2 were Wildflower. That's what was more important to me. What was more special to me. I could easily change my opinion right now and probably go the other way, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I was just but for the amount of beer I bought from this brewery alone, I just went back for more and back for more and back for more, and that was the table beer from Wildflower, and that's sort of what got me over the line.
Huge.
So I went with Wildflower. I've bought so many multiple 4-packs of table beer just because it's so delicious. I don't know. And then just the core range.
You and Neto were drinking it the other night together.
Yeah, pouring it together. We're having a good time. So should be no hard feelings there.
No, he hates you.
He definitely does. Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sure.
And also the Wildflower tap takeover recently down here in Boodle Beasley in Hobart. That also
just reiterated
how much I love their beers, and then drinking the Hive brewed, whatever it post
Hive doesn't count. That's 20.
I know, but that was that. I'm just they just continue to do the thing for me. And was it Golden Amber Hives last year?
Yes.
That
was stunning.
That was definitely one of my favourite beers last year. The Hive Gold, stunning beer.
Nothing fancy as well.
Nothing fancy, and then table beer. So look, there's 3 out of 5 maybe. So now I've slightly tipped it over the scale there.
Did you vote on this one, Luke?
I did. I ended up voting for Deeds, and it's like Ali said. I think I could have gone both ways, and I think both kind of released beers that I have enjoyed with friends, that I've enjoyed immensely as my first time drinking as a subclass of beer or niche of beer, like especially with Wildflower being the whole wild ale mixed fermentation type thing. And then obviously, as I've mentioned already a couple of times, the whole Out of Step collab, having a West Coast for the first time, being like, what is that?
Special.
And I mean, I was mostly, I guess, same sort of vein as Ali, just voting with my wallet, I suppose, where I spent the most money the last few months of 2020, and it's sort of on the same page as what you said. Ooh.
That Bourbon County's hitting different. Welcome.
Yeah, I think Deeds were the one that I kept going back to over and over again, and it was sort of along the lines of their marketing and just the, I think, continuity of their brand identity. And that's not to say that Wildflower don't have that as well, and that's a small part of it at the end of the day.
It's so
but
different.
Yeah, I mean, and this was for me largely just going off the criteria that you sent as well. You did send a rough criteria, and I think that was the easiest way for me to even attempt a response, a valid response. But yeah, that's the way I felt, but it could have gone either way.
I think, yeah.
I'm happy with my response, and I, would still change it in a heartbeat, to be honest. But,
I think that's probably how the majority of our judges felt, and it was split pretty even down the middle.
Yeah.
And they're such different brands. Pilly Panther, would you like to announce?
The amount of great talking I've done tonight, you're going to leave me the honours of announcing the winner.
After all of that.
Mate, this is your...
It would be my honour.
Also the runner-up afterwards.
It's probably going to be pretty obvious.
I should have got JC and Neto to do a little video earlier on to being the old winners and stuff like that. Just
handing out the award.
Just handing out the award.
The Charlie.
Yeah, it would have been amazing. We won't do it to them. But the brewery of the year, the Steppies Award, arguably the best beer award in Australia.
Arguably the most desirable. The number one beer award from the beer podcast that Brewers listen to.
I'll just let you take over. Christ, I'm a cracker.
All right.
The golden can wall trophy goes to Wildflower.
Huge.
Wow.
If you hadn't already guessed by the conversation leading up to that. Yeah.
No, because it was like you went Deeds. I was very close to going
The
Deeds.
votes were
close.
Very close. It was...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. After I sort of voted and then I saw a lot of the messages in there about Wildflower, I was like, yeah, maybe I should have just...
No, stick to your guns.
It is what it is.
Don't get swayed too hard.
Look, it was close, but Wildflower did have the votes, and we called it. And we do have Topher joining us next episode to accept the award.
Officially.
Yes, he is officially joining us.
Wow.
He doesn't know yet that he's won, but he texted back. I said, would you like to come on tonight for a very short period, or would you like to come on for an extended chat? And he said, I'll do what's best for the Steppies.
Wow, and that's what the Steppies have decided to have Topher back on. Ready for another 4-hour episode.
Oh, that's the first time hearing of it.
I hope so.
I am sick next week.
No, it's good for you.
No,
Topher,
it's the best. It's magical.
It is
fucking magical.
It's something special to have him on again, and it will be a bit more of a relaxed setting, giving him an award. We'll have the trophy finally ready to be in the studio as well to give to him and present. So,
but I think
it's very exciting.
I think
congratulations.
I think between the runner-up Deeds and Brewery of the Year Wildflower, like two of the shining lights of Australian beer.
Absolutely.
And I think for very different reasons. And I think the thing that tipped Wildflower over the edge for quite a few of the judges was just, I guess, what Wildflower were doing for beer and their approach and their philosophy, as well as the way they work with local, producers and champion that. Reducing waste through using, leftover wineskins and honey and all that sort of things. It was, it swayed a lot of people.
It did.
It was epic.
Stoked. Congratulations to Wildflower. And also congratulations, Deeds. JC Neto, we still love you. Please
return our calls.
Please still talk to us.
I can't wait for the Step Brewers Wildflower collab beer.
You can ask Topher next episode if we can do it.
I'm going to say, look, there's a tradition here that's been established that the winner of the Steppies Awards actually, the brewery of the year does a bit of a collabby job.
Maybe just a little goozy boy.
What say you?
It'd be rude not to. Even if it's just a fruited table beer, well, it'd be nice. Just like Tom, but we can call it Lockie.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Call it Weg.
We should. That would be huge.
That would be.
That is
St. Lachlan.
St. Lachlan would be nice.
That's actually quite.
What
quite
fruit
sexy.
do you like the most?
It's gotta be Tasmania.
Don't say banana. I'll kill you.
No, I hate banana.
Oh, good boy.
Probably like watermelon's a bit no.
No, start jamming though. Start jamming your ideas and pitch to Topher.
It's gotta be Tasmania.
The man will be
the
brewery of the year representative. Will be.
Gosh, I can't wait for my own beer
next. Yeah, well.
Thanks, Topher.
Crazy.
Wow. Closing notes for this episode. Big ep.
Special
Award.
Thank you to our judges.
We dressed up. But yeah, let us know what you think of the new format. Getting some panel crew involved, and I think it was a lot better to do it that way.
So it's not just big-headed opinions.
I think maybe if it was just the three of us giving out the awards, it might have gone very differently for a lot of those awards. So it's an interesting one, but we do appreciate everyone's time and
thank you, legends.
Energy that they put into it.
Enjoying the stream,
and we hope you agree with us.
Well, we don't. We actually don't care.
Give us some comments. Put them in the.
These are arguably the definitive awards.
No one else's awards even matter, or opinions.
At this point.
This is the only opinion that matters in craft beer.
And if anyone wants to disagree with our panel, well, there's 25 of them, and they will fight you.
No, that's rude.
Can't drink it.
Did you want to finally let us know?
Oh, yeah. What's your fucking foil beer?
What do you think of that?
If you tell me that you made that...
That would be amazing. Even I'd be...
Look at the grin on his face.
Would you be impressed if I made a...
It was fine.
What do you mean it was fine?
So it was him, wasn't it?
Did you not like
it? It was pretty good. I will admit. It was... That was a great way to kick off the show.
Oh, so it was pretty good. I thought it lined up pretty well against Brendan's
Sorry, Brendan. I enjoyed it more than the Pseudo-Lambic, so...
Oh, in that case... I would like to let you gentlemen know that Weg has just enjoyed his first Egerbeek. And
I knew it.
And he's enjoyed it immensely. So
fuck you.
That was a little bit of easy does it using wildflower yeast.
Yeah.
Well,
it's topical, isn't it?
It is topical. Australian wild ale using wildflower yeast from Nothing Fancy, I believe. Maybe I might be butchering that. With Saz and Motueka, Egerbeek Brew Co. One to watch.
This is the one that Topher really enjoyed on the show.
Yeah, Topher did enjoy this with us on the show. He said he could put a wildflower label on that and sell it. So I'm glad you got to try some technically excellent beer, Weg.
Yeah, huge wildflower vibes though. So
yeah, it did, didn't it? A little bit of a Sherby boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Delicious.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our Patreon that we didn't shout out earlier. Couldn't do it without you. Also,
you're all sexy.
Yes,
I'd let you touch my nipples
and
if
now
you wanted
our
to.
Patreon crew will get to have a little taste of raw thoughts after the Steppy Awards. That's where it gets raw and real, and opinions really go flying. So if you want to join the Patreon crew, do so. Get in there. It's been another great year. What will 2021 Steppy Awards bring?
Cheers. Thank you, gentlemen.
Who
this
knows?
has been a wonderful evening. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to you watching at home, especially if you're on the YouTube premiere.
Let us know who was best dressed as well.
Quickly
give us a little taste before we go.
Best dressed or least dressed? Hey. All right.
Bye-bye now.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Step Brewers podcast. If you like the show, be sure to rate, subscribe, and leave a review to help other beer lovers discover the podcast.